to give a presentation, and the topic is intrusion prevention system. Ma'am, next slide please. And here are the outlines: introduction, classification of intrusion prevention system, how do intrusion prevention system works, benefits of intrusion prevention system, and lastly the conclusion. Ma'am, next slide. So here's the introduction. An intrusion prevention system is a network security prevention technology that examines network traffic flows to detect and prevent from malicious activity. IPS typically record information, notify security administrators of important observed events, and produce reports. IPS can also respond to a detected threat by attempting to prevent it from succeeding. They use various response techniques, which involves the IPS stopping the attack itself, changing the attack's content. So it is basically a protection technology that provides security at a network level. It is a defense against malware. Users become infected after being tempted into visiting bad sites through messages, emails. To fight against these threats and vulnerabilities, and IPS has the smarts to protect the system from attacks or such abuses and vulnerabilities. Next slide, please. Classification of intrusion prevention system. There are 4 points. The first one is network-based intrusion prevention system, NIPS. It monitors the entire network for suspicious traffic by analyzing protocol activity. It means these are network security applications that monitors the network traffic comprising network devices and analyze the network and the protocol activities for any suspicious activities. The next one is wireless intrusion prevention system, WIPS. It monitors a wireless network for suspicious traffic by analyzing wireless network protocols. It is a network device that monitors the radio spectrum or protect wireless network from the presence of unauthorized access points and can automatically counter measures. Third point is network behavior analysis. It means it examines network traffic to identify threats that generate unusual traffic flows such as distributed denial of service attacks, specific forms of malware, and policy violations. It is a way to enhance the security of a network by monitoring traffic and nothing unusual actions or departures from normal operations. Fourth one is host-based intrusion prevention system. It is an inbuilt software package which operates in a single host for doubtful activity by scanning events that occur within the host. It means it is an installed software package which monitors a single host for suspicious activity by analyzing events occurring within the host. In other words, we can say a host intrusion prevention system aims to stop malware by monitoring the behavior of code. Next slide, please. How do intrusion prevention system works? Intrusion prevention system work by scanning all network traffic. There are a number of different threats that an IPS is designed to prevent, including denial of service attack, distributed denial of service attack, various type of exploits, worms, viruses. The IPS performs real-time packet inspection, deeply inspecting every packet that travels across the network. So it means IPS is in the actual traffic path. It makes the device more effective against worms and attacks. It is a protection system that particularly scans and inspects the network traffic, and every packet that travels across the networks and captures information about them. Some actions that are used by IPS, like dropping the malicious packets, blocking traffic from source addresses, resetting the connection. Nipu, you can continue with the next slide now.
Okay, the Network Intrusion Prevention System. IPS monitors and evaluate threat catches includers and some action in real time to thwart such intentions that firewall or antivirus software may miss. Second, prevent DOS attacks, DDoS attacks. Maintain the privacy of user as IPS record the network activity only when it's find an activity that matches the list of known malicious activity. Detect and foil operating system fingerprint attempts that hacker use to find out the OS of the target system to launch a specific exploit. Ma'am, next slide. Conclusion. IPS is a very effective technique to protect database and network from unauthorized user. It is used in many organizations to keep its own data secure. IPS, like any other development, it has its own limitation and many advantages. Combining network and host IPS technology result in the most comprehensive and robust defenses posture. Implementing and deploying proactive IPS technology will result in fewer successful attacks, more efficient use of the security resources, and lower operation cost than simply deploying a single limited technology and praying you avoid an attack. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Now, me and Safir are going to present on the topic about password cracking techniques. So, ma'am, next slide. So, today I'll be covering these points, the introduction part, and what is password and how passwords are stored. So, let's begin with the introduction. Number 1 point, password cracking is a term used to describe the penetration of a network, system, or resources with or without the use of tools to unlock a resource that has been secured with a password. So, basically, password cracking is the process of attempting to gain unauthorized access to restricted systems using common password or algorithms that guess passwords. In other words, it's an art of obtaining the correct password that gives access to a system protected by an authentication method. The second point is, it is one of the oldest hacking arts. Every system must store password somewhere in order to authenticate users. However, in order to protect this password from being stolen, they are encrypted. Third one is, password cracking is the art of decrypting the password in order to recover them. Ma'am, next slide. So, first we have to know what is password. Uh, in the slide, string of characters for authentication and log on computer, web application, software, files, network, and mobile phones. It says that it means a password is a string of characters used for authenticating a user on a computer system. If we take an example, we may have an account on our computer or mobile phone that requires us to log in. So, in order to successfully access to our accounts, we must provide a valid username and password. Mm, this combination is often referred to as login, while username as login. Usernames are generally public information, and but passwords are private to each user. A good and strong password must be a combination of uppercase and lowercase alphabets along with symbols and numbers. Ma'am, next. Next, we are going to discuss how passwords are stored. It says that in order to understand how to compromise passwords, it is first necessary to understand how passwords are stored on the typical systems. On typical systems, passwords are stored in Unix password file and Windows password file. So, what Unix password file does is it stores the hash value of passwords in the password file instead of the actual passwords. Hash passwords were originally stored in publicly accessible file. Basically, password in Unix are stored in the etc folder to keep track of every user on the system. The password file inside etc folder contains the username, real name, and the identification and the basic account information for each user. Again, we have to know Windows password file. It says that the password file for Windows, known as the Security Accounts Manager, in shortly SAM file, is located in Windows folder inside C drive. Ma'am, this much only. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am, and everybody present here. Today I'm here to present on the topic keyloggers. Ma'am, next slide. Uh, Contents. What is keyloggers? And group of keyloggers. How does keylogger work? Preventions and conclusions. Next slide, ma'am. What is keyloggers? Keyloggers is a computer program that records every keystrokes. Ma'am, that's okay. Keylogger is a computer program that records every keystroke made by a computer user to gain fraudulent access to password and other confidential informations. Keyloggers are software programs or hardware device that track the activities of a keyboard. And keylogger software typically stores the keystrokes in a small file, which is either accessed later or automatically emailed to the person monitoring the action. Uh, Keylogger is also known as keystroke logging. It can also be used to study human-computer interaction. There are two basic purposes to use keylogger: to monitor employee performance and to access confidential information. Next slide, ma'am. Types of keyloggers. There are different types of keyloggers divided uh, into two main groups: hardware keyloggers and software keyloggers. Next slide, ma'am. And software keylogger. And next slide. And next one.